Guys, it's Cindy here with Berryjam Crafts, filling in for Miss Tammy Mudo tonight, you guys, and I think I have a fun little project in order for us tonight. We're going to do a double-sided sign. Right, so let's get started. I'm going to hold for one moment. I just lost all my stencils. Sorry about that. All right, we are going to use white as our base. All right, I am going to need a little more white on here, you guys, because we're going to add some color into this. Since it's fishing, we're going to do some blue blending into here. We're going to do a little whispering turquoise in here. I'm going to put a touch of dark blue in with this. I like to color blend, so hopefully you guys can see this. And you guys, that's all I'm doing, and you can see I'm just dropping paint on a wet surface. That's all I'm doing, using the same brush. I might have to come back and put a little more white in here. That blue was a little too dark for my liking. I thought it was going to blend well, but I think I need just a touch more white on that. And you guys, that's all I'm going to do is just put that white right over the top. I'm going to try and brush off a majority of that blue. We're going to tone that blue down right there. It was too dark. And to help, I am going to dip my brush in some water and help this because my white paint is starting to dry. We are going to put a touch of that whispering turquoise right back into here because I want a little more of that lighter color. Let me hit that with a blow dryer. Using the water, it kind of lifted the grain up. And we need to sand that grain down just a little bit. I am not doing a big sand. I am just wiping this over. No, she does not like the sander. We're just going to stick that there. I'm going to give that a quick little wipe. Make sure I got all that dust off there. We do. No paint, so we're good. So I'm going to cover up the parts here that I don't need because I'm a very big swirler and I do not want to get the parts that are really close, and I'm just getting the ones that are close to what I'm using here. Oh, you guys, this is for a guy, so we're gonna do straight up black. We're just gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna stick that down, and we're gonna load and offload. Key to keep from things from bleeding through is dry brush, light strokes. You guys, you just want your hand resting. You don't want to be forcing the brush down. You just want to dance your brush across, run your brush all the way out, and some of this is still wet, so I can come back over and I can pick up what got transferred onto the stencil. I'm going to pick up in my offload brush, or my offload pile, I mean. All right, I got to get 3 little areas I missed, actually 4, and I think right there at that curve. All right, so let's check this out. Oh, you guys, I had a bleed, and I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to hold it up. It's backwards, but you guys are going to see that L. I have a little bleed through on that. So how I fix my bleeds when they're wet is I will take an X-Acto knife, and I'm just lightly going to scrape that up. I'm not pressing hard because I don't want to take that blue away. And I'm going to blow it off, and then I'm going to turn it. And I'm just lightly going to blow that away there. Because when I do backgrounds like this, there's no way to duplicate it. And you can't even tell. I fixed the bleed, and you can't even tell. See? All right. So we're definitely going to get some of the fish on here. Ooh, I think I just had an idea. All right, so we're going to do a couple different things. And then your transfer is a little image in there that we're going to rub off. No matter what type of transfer you have, always leave room, top, bottom, left, right, whichever. So you can hold on to it and put it down without touching the transfer. Now we're going to burnish that in. We're going to use our little transfer tool. And as long as your surface is completely dry, guys, you should not have any issues. I know that when we go live, look at how that's coming up just like butter. Holy cow. I think that was the quickest release I've had there. You know, I have a feeling I might want to do... You guys, I'm going to do 2 fishing poles on that. Because this one would fit and then that would be perfect. Alright. I don't want to lose any part of this. And you guys, I don't always go in one direction. It's kind of all over the place. So I'm going to show you my fishies, or my fishing poles there real quick. So now let's get some fish. Grab these 2 first. All right, I'm gonna have a big guy up here, a little guy down here. Now, the other tip I'm gonna give you when it comes to transfers, don't peel it off like a Band-Aid. Okay, I think all of us tell you guys that. And if you ever have a problem with your transfer releasing, if it's like an older transfer or something, guys, and if you have enough refrigerator space, stick it in the refrigerator for about 10-15 minutes. Doesn't have to be long, depending on the size of your project. I've done that on a live, and it is released. So just know that your transfers will come off, and it was a couple errors on my part, you guys. My stain wasn't dry. I discovered the hard way that transfers don't really like MDF board. So you just got to be careful when you're working with MDF and a rub-on transfer. You can always poly coat your project first, like spray or something with some polyurethane. Looks pretty good. I wanted to show you that up close. So there's that side, all right? And if you guys need a code to go shopping for Essential Stencil, my code is Berryjam Crafts, so you can use it anytime. So again, you guys, we're going to do white, right? So we're going to use a touch of this Whispering Turquoise again. All right, so we're just going to do the top half, all right? Top half only, and we're not going to make it too dark. We just want, actually, I didn't put enough paint on there. We want that to be the sky, all right? Now I probably put too much paint. But you guys, it's all wet, so it will blend, so I'm not going to worry. A little mossy meadow. We're going to kind of just make that look like that. That looks perfect. I would hold it up, but I'm afraid I'm going to goof it. Let's hit this with the dryer first. All right. I have a little wet paint on the side. I have a little raised grain on here from all that paint. But I think that looks perfect. I'm going to use the June 2025. I want the trees out of here, you guys. This is Stencil of the Month Club. Now this one I'm going to do all in that English Ivy. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So if you, and I'm going to show you here I'm going to show you on a piece of cardstock real quick, guys. I want to show you something. So I'm going to repeat the same process over here. Now, if I wanted this to look like there was barely any tree there, but you could see the tree, but it's not the focal point, you guys, I am just ever so lightly, except for at the top where I had a blob of paint, ever so lightly, okay? Ever so lightly. Now, that's not ever so lightly. But you see how light that is in the middle? If you do it so light like that, that I consider ghosting, because you're putting an object on there, but that's not your focal point, if you understand what I am saying to you. So let's do the same thing over here. And big trees first, big trees first. And I'm going to do this one. I'm going to kind of repeat the same process, but this guy is going to be kind of over and off a little more. A bit of that mossy meadow. Because brown trees in the forest are pretty cool. We're going to make that one a muddy tree. Just a muddy little tree. How fun was that? Well, let's get our hunting lodge. I am going to line it up with edge to edge. This one I'm going to use not the black. I'm going to use burnt umber. All right. We're going to grab the bear. We're going to grab the moose. We're going to give him a little bit darker, and then we're going to put some little footprints on here. And you guys, we will be done. All right. And we're going to come over here. I might change the width on these. So there's our hunting lodge. All right. Now I will do the edges. I'm going to go back in and fix where I goofed up and got white on here, guys. And our fishing area. If you fill in the bridges, you are going to need an extremely fine tipped brush. I put that brush into the paint and I offload it. And you guys, when it's a darker color, you don't have to worry so much as a lighter color. I just lightly touch it down in here. And I'm going to show you how filling in the bridges changes. We're just going to do the hunting part. How it changes the look of your sign. So you see how the hunting is filled in and the lodge has the gaps there? It just makes it like it's a more complete project. And then we've got bait and tackle on the back side. These fishing and hunting stencils are still available. The hunting one is on sale for $15. The fishing one is $22 something. Thank you for taking time out of your night. Don't forget, use code Berryjam Crafts, you guys, and that will help save an additional 10% on all your orders. You guys, and have a good night. We'll see you guys later. Bye.